Today we're going to be taking a look at my Marvel Cinematic Universe collection. We're going to be talking about all the movies that I have in the universe so far on Blu-Ray. So let's get this started with the one that started it all. Iron Man, the out-of-print slipcover edition from 2008, where Tony Stark's on the inside and Iron Man's on the outside. I don't love this film as much as a lot of people do, but it was still a really solid way to start off this universe. And this one has Terrence Howard as the War Machine character. I forgot what his actual name is. I'm probably gonna put what his actual name is right there, but some of you might know he did not return for Iron Man 2 nor the later MCU films because he asked for too much money and whatnot. Besides that though, this was a really solid film. They introduced Iron Man in a really interesting way. Definitely one of the better solo films of the universe, I'd say. And when I got this Blu-ray, it ended up coming with an Amazon receipt. And the original price on this was $27.99. That's absolutely crazy. But there is Blu-ray disc 1. It's weird how the first disc is blue while the second one is gray. And then we have this guide here. Get connected with BD Live features. Which I don't really care about. I tried peeling off the stickers from the front of the slipcover here, but it didn't go well, so yep, that's Iron Man. Next up, The Incredible Hulk. This is the only MCU film I have so far with the re-release slipcover. And this is the only one that had Edward Norton as Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk. To be honest, I've not watched this movie in its entirety, but I have seen parts of it. Mainly that ending fight with Hulk at the end. And of course, the post-credit scene with Tony Stark himself. And despite being a reprint, this still has the original 2008 disc inside with artwork. After The Incredible Hulk comes Iron Man 2. This is the first MCU film I saw in theaters. I really enjoyed it when I was younger. But upon some rewatches, I realized that this movie has a lot of problems, but it is still fun to watch. They did a really good job introducing Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, into the universe, as well as Don Cheadle's interpretation of War Machine. While Terrence Howard did a fine job in the first Iron Man movie, I definitely felt like Don Cheadle did a better job. My main problem with this one was Mickey Rourke as Whiplash. I did not find him to be a memorable villain at all. Whenever he was on screen, he really bogged the movie down. I didn't really find his performance to be all that great. This is still a fun movie to watch, but to me, this is definitely the weakest of the Iron Man trilogy. I don't have Iron Man 3 on Blu-ray yet. Still working on getting that one. So we got disc 1 with the Blu-ray and some special features. I mean, the Blu-ray movie and special features. And then special features, the rest of them. And the DVD and digital copy. They crammed both of them onto one disc, but you're able to still watch it as a DVD, which is nice. Warner Brothers did the same thing around this time. The back of the digital copy, which doesn't even work anymore. It's right there. Long expired. But anyways, it's pretty cool that they added the front cover to the back of the digital copy. Don't even try entering that code. It is long expired and it's just crazy. And plus, you need the digital copy disc for that to even work. I got this Blu-ray used, so that code's probably been used up anyway. But still, Iron Man 2, decent sequel. I thought it was enjoyable. Nothing great, but still fun watch. I don't have Thor or Captain America: The First Avenger on Blu-ray yet, but I do have The Avengers. I got an excellent deal on this at Walmart a few years back. It was only $10 with the slipcover, which was really cool because the DVD at the time was going for $15 and this was $10. Obviously, had to go with the Blu-ray. I got this a few months before Age of Ultron came out. This is a Disney and Paramount film. This was the first MCU film that they made when Disney bought out the rights to Marvel. The case, like most of these, is exactly the same, information-wise. So we got the Blu-ray disc there. Code there, which offered a free digital comic book and free Marvel poster. And I did use this code on Disney Movie Rewards. And the second screen experience insert. Below it is the DVD. Hard gray texture on it. Which no one cares about, but I gotta put these ads back in. Yeah, the corner got messed up, but it happens. Not a big deal. I don't think, at least. I rewatched this the night before I saw Infinity War opening night. Still a great movie. I definitely liked Loki as the villain. The team had really great chemistry. I liked the introduction of Mark Ruffalo's interpretation as the Hulk. I'm really glad that they kept him because he did an excellent job here, as he would in all the other films that he has done as the Hulk. Not my favorite Avengers film. I'd say it's the weakest. That's just my opinion though, but I still really like it. I don't have Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, or Captain America: The Winter Soldier on Blu-ray yet, but I do have Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the 3D edition with the slipcover. I thought I was getting the standard Blu-ray with no slipcover for Christmas back in 2014, but I ended up getting this instead, which I'm really happy with, considering that I have most of the other films in the franchise with the slipcover. Definitely blends into the collection really well. When I saw this film in theaters back in 2014, I didn't know what to think going into it. I ended up getting a really nice and funny surprise out of it. Really good introduction of these characters that I had no idea even existed until this film was announced. Most of us already know about what happened to James Gunn. I don't want to get into it. And Guardians 3 is on hold right now. They really got to get that whole situation straightened out. I'd really like to see a third film as soon as possible. There's the 3D disc, which I have no use for. My 4K player plays 3D Blu-rays. I don't have a 3D TV, unfortunately, to play it on, but I guess it doesn't matter because there's a Blu-ray, which has all the special features in the movie itself that I can actually watch. I guess I'll show this. I really want the soundtrack for Volume 1 and Volume 2 on CD. That'd be pretty cool to get. And my ticket stub ended up getting completely faded, so I ended up having to write all the information on it. So there you have it for Guardians of the Galaxy. This next one's really divisive. I'm one of the few that ended up liking it more than the first one. Avengers Age of Ultron. Got this one day one with the slipcover, mainly to match the first movie. And it was only $2 more the day it came out than the standard Blu-ray by itself. I definitely like this cover better. It's been a really long time since I've seen this one in the stores with the slipcover. I was also going to rewatch this one before I saw Infinity War, but I was dozing off during the first Avengers movie because it was getting really late. I still really like this film. However, on this Blu-ray, the audio is really quiet. I ended up having to crank the volume up really high to get the full experience. The picture quality, as always, is really good. And it's a red ray. This is the second one that I got for the collection. The first one being Birdman. So there's the 3D disc, 2D disc, ticket stub. I saw this film opening night in 3D. It was completely packed. And there's a lot of talking throughout the film, unfortunately. But there's the inside of this little booklet here. And behind there's the digital HD code, which I did give away for what felt like a long time ago. I did kind of want this one on 3D Blu-ray for the slipcover, but I ended up getting the standard Blu-ray instead, which I'm fine with. Ant-Man. A few weeks back I saw Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I thought was even better than this. But this is still a really enjoyable entry into the series. I didn't care for the Yellow Jacket as the villain, but it had a really fun story. Scott Lang was a likable character, and Michael Pena's character was really funny, both in this film and in the sequel. So there's the Blu-ray and Disney Movie Rewards code, which I already used. I don't really feel like showing digital copies for this video, just Disney Movie Rewards codes, because I'm such a schmuck, so let's just move on. This was my favorite until Infinity War came along. Captain America Civil War. Got this the day it came out, not realizing the Best Buy would have it on Black Friday for $7.99. Oh well, I was trying to get the 3D one with the slipcover, but at the time it was like $7 more than this version, so I ended up just going with the standard Blu-ray. I felt like this was very much an improvement over the Winter Soldier. I really enjoyed the Winter Soldier, but there were some things in that film that I really didn't care for. But I still enjoyed it, but this one was definitely better, in my opinion. And there's a ticket stub. I don't have Doctor Strange on Blu-ray yet, but I do have another divisive film, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I was going to get this one on 4K because it came with that really cool Guardians Inferno poster. But because of the price, I just felt like going with the standard Blu-ray. Even though I like the cover art on the 4K better. But I still just went with the regular Blu-ray. I'm not going to keep repeating myself like that. Rewatched this one about a month ago. Still a lot of fun. I don't really get the hate for this one. I mean, there is a lot of jokes in this one that don't really work. And the Golden Army was completely useless, I felt. But overall, I enjoyed this one about as much as the first one, if not just a little bit more. Of course, my favorite character is Baby Groot. No doubt about it. The ticket stub, which did not fade out, luckily. We got the Blu-ray and the DVD. It's weird how the Marvel films, they would once put a DVD in it, and then not put a DVD in it, then put a DVD in it, then not put a DVD in it, and then put a DVD in it again, and then, you know, they keep like putting a DVD in one movie, and then the next movie they just completely leave it out, which is just crazy. Like, make up your mind, Disney. It's absolutely crazy that they keep on doing this to collectors, but oh well. I don't really mind it though, but it's just something I noticed and felt like I had to mention. But still, fun movie. I don't think it's an 11 out of 10, maybe an 8.5 out of 10. My third favorite MCU film, Spider-Man Homecoming. This is a very cliche thing to say, but this is the best Spider-Man film since Spider-Man 2. And to me, the first great Spider-Man film that we've gotten in 13 years. And some people complain about how the back is flipped upside down like this, but I actually like it quite a bit. That was pretty creative. And since this is a Sony film, the case design is very different than it would be on a Disney Blu-ray. So there is the Blu-ray disc, which kind of looks like Symbiote Spider-Man. And then the back here for Sony Rewards. I already used that code, but since I'm a schmuck, I don't feel like showing it. And then the official app, Spider-Man films on 4K and Blu-ray. I would not mind upgrading the original trilogy to 4K. I don't feel like I really need to own the Andrew Garfield ones. I really do not care for either of them. And of course, Regal Crown Club. And this coupon, which I forgot to use. And the DVD disc. Clear disc. But at least it has artwork, which I can't say for most of these movies. The only Thor film I liked, Thor Ragnarok. I really did not care for the first two, but this one was a lot of fun. I mean, I liked the character of Thor in the first two films, but I just thought those movies were really boring and lackluster. I'll have to get those films on Blu-ray and rewatch them at some point. But this one, they were going for a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe, and to me, I thought it really worked. And of course, this is the film where Thor fought Hulk. We pretty much know how that turned out. It's also kind of interesting that they didn't put a plot synopsis on the back. It's definitely not the first movie to do that, but I thought that was still pretty interesting. I like that. There's the Blu-ray disc. Ad for Disney Movie Club. No interest in that. I like Disney Movie Rewards though. Ticket stub, DVD. I have a hard time deciding whether I like this one or Thor Ragnarok more. Black Panther, directed by Ryan Coogler, who also directed Fruitvale Station and Creed. I've yet to see Fruitvale Station, but Creed was fantastic. Looking forward to the sequel. Getting back on topic, this was a really good movie. It's basically a live-action remake of The Lion King. We don't need the one that's coming out next year. We already got one right here, and they did a great job at that, I'd say. Of course, the what are those line was forced and whatnot. There are a few other things I didn't really care for. But other than that, this is a really solid film. A lot of great action. It was well directed. Killmonger was a great villain. Definitely Michael B. Jordan's best performance so far. As much as I liked him as Adonis Creed, I felt like he was more reasonable and understanding in this movie. You understood why he acted the way he did, almost to the point where he was the good guy, in a way. He was that interesting of a villain. Disney Movie Club ad again. The ticket stub got kind of warped, unfortunately. And then they just went back to Blu-Ray and digital. That's lame. The movie's not, though. But this next one is by far the best. And honestly, my favorite comic book film of all time. Avengers Infinity War. This is the only one I have in 4K so far. I'm debating on whether I should get Ant-Man and the Wasp in 4K or not. I was going to get the Target exclusive of this movie. I went to Target the day after it came out. I was going to go the day it came out, but I did not have time to, unfortunately. Thanks to this movie, I ended up signing up for Disney Movie Rewards and was able to get some really cool titles for free. Here's the 4K disc, which has artwork on it, which is nice. Code there. And then this ad for Disney Movie Club. Once again, ticket stub and the Blu-ray disc. Rewatched this film a few days before senior year started. For me, still such a crazy movie. Very memorable, very entertaining, very dark, and at times really funny. Masterpiece. Like I said, I wanted the Target exclusive, but they did not have it. I was just going to go for the standard Blu-ray, but they had one 4K copy left. I'm glad they did. I was able to snatch it up. The picture quality was great. The audio quality, just like Age of Ultron, I had to crank up the volume to get the full experience, but still, phenomenal movie. I definitely need to do this again whenever I complete the collection.